It is the final seconds of a brutal, suffocating World Cup match. The clock reads 90 plus 10 minutes. The score is locked at 1-1. Suddenly, Morocco's Neil El Aynaoui fires a terrifying, dipping rocket from outside the box. Alisson Becker dives, but the ball is too fierce. He fumbles it. The ball spills loose. The Brazilian net is completely empty. Aynaoui charges in for the kill, firing the rebound. The stadium holds its breath. But then, an absolute miracle. Lying flat on the ground, completely off balance, Alisson throws his bare right hand into the air and blocks the shot. A superhuman, match-defining save that single-handedly rescues Brazil from total destruction. But how did the mighty Brazil end up fighting for their absolute lives in the final second? Welcome back to Total Football Nexus. Today, we are breaking down the brutal, untold reality of Brazil versus Morocco. To understand the panic of that final moment, we must rewind to the 34th minute, because that is exactly when this stopped being a football match and turned into a psychological war. Morocco was hunting. They unleashed a high-intensity press that completely suffocated the Brazilian midfield. The South American giants were gasping for air. The pressure was so intense that in the 36th minute, the veteran Casemiro snapped. Desperate to stop a counterattack, he lunged into a heavy foul. The referee did not hesitate. Yellow card. Brazil was bleeding, and Morocco smelled it. They launched wave after wave of terrifying, high-speed attacks. The Brazilian defense was scrambling in pure panic. Just 6 minutes later, in the 42nd minute, the defense cracked again. Roger Ibanez, caught completely out of position, made a desperate tackle. Another whistle. Another yellow card. The stadium fell dead silent. Two of Brazil's most critical defensive players were now one mistake away from a red card. Morocco had successfully dragged the five-time champions into a dark, physical street fight. The referee blew the whistle for halftime, and the cameras zoomed in on Carlo Ancelotti. His face was stone cold. He knew that if he sent Casemiro and Ibanez back out, Morocco would target them, force a red card, and end Brazil's World Cup dream. Ancelotti had just 15 minutes to completely rewrite his strategy. What would the master tactician do to survive? The second half began, and Ancelotti dropped a tactical nuke. He showed zero mercy to his star players. In a ruthless move to avoid a red card, Casemiro and Ibanez were dragged off the pitch. Fabinho and Danilo marched on. The mission was simple: stop the bleeding. But Brazil did not just need to survive, they needed to win. By the 60th minute, the Moroccan defense was a brick wall, so Ancelotti pulled his second lever. He injected pure, explosive speed. Lucas Paqueta and Igor Teato were pulled off for Matheus Cunha and Luis Enrique. Instantly, the pitch caught fire. Brazil began to attack with vicious intent, but Morocco refused to bow down. In the 64th minute, they countered with fearless youth, bringing on 19-year-old Samir El Morabit and Shamsuddin Talbi. The game was now a frantic end-to-end war. In the 66th minute, the Brazilian fans screamed. A lethal cross whipped in from the right. Rafinha threw his body at the ball, missing it by mere millimeters. A fraction of an inch closer, and Brazil would have taken the lead. The tension was suffocating. Then, in the 75th minute, Vinicius Junior created pure magic. He shattered the ankles of two defenders on the left wing and cut a perfect pass back to Rafinha. Rafinha fired a venomous shot. It was destined for the top corner, but Yassine Bounou leaped like a panther, parrying the ball away with a world-class save. Brazil kept pounding the door. In the 80th minute, a horrific Moroccan mistake left Rafinha completely unmarked. He was one-on-one, but Bounou rushed off his line like a madman, diving headfirst into danger to clear the ball, sacrificing his own body and going down in pain to save his country. Then the 90th minute arrived. The board went up. 10 minutes of stoppage time. 10 minutes of absolute agonizing torture. The crowd was deafening. And that brings us right back to that terrifying climax. The 100th minute, the Moroccan strike, the fumble, and Alisson Becker's impossible, logic-defying save from the ground that kept the final score at 1-1. Surviving a chaotic, high-pressure match like this doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of deep psychological conditioning. If you want to know exactly how Carlo Ancelotti uses psychological warfare to make his players immune to fear, click the video on your screen right now. You do not want to miss this. See you there.